Welcome to a new episode of Girl, Geek, and the Gay, the show where 2/3 of us can say the word juxtaposition.
Juxtaposition.
Oh, shit. All right, I guess Megan can't say it then. You been practicing?
Actually, yes. I've been looking at the word. I'm like, okay, I got this.
I can read.
I can read. I just never. Okay, this is the thing. I never tried to read the word before. I just remember there's an X in there and a J.
And that just threw you off?
Yeah. You know, how do I say this?
Preferably with words.
It's a really interesting word, and for some reason, I just never really tried to pay mind to it. You know, I don't know. It's weird, yeah, because it's just one of those things that I'm like, you know, I've seen somebody post it on my comments once, and it just eluded me. I would say, excuse my
wow. Very professional, Jaime.
Yes, now I know the word. Thank you.
How you been?
I've been good. I've been good. You know, and I know you don't believe in Mercury retrograde, but it ended on the 3rd. What day? Today is the 5th. So it ended on Friday, and I'm just so happy it's over. Because even though like people don't really believe in stuff like that, and I know you don't believe in stuff like that, there's something that happens with people that just causes them to be different. It causes issues. Oh my god, dude! On the 2nd and the 3rd, it was just like a mess of stuff that was just happening. Work was crazy. People couldn't figure out what to do. And I'm just like, I'm doing my best, you know? Like, I'm trying to help people as much as I can. And again, you don't believe it.
But you're fighting against cosmic entities.
Yes, I'm fighting against a whole planet, first of all. It was just, you know, like me versus the world versus Mercury. No, it's
Did you win?
Well, it's over. I survived. So we can say yes. You know, challenges. There was just challenges, lots of challenges along the way. It felt like the last 2 weeks felt really long. Like really long for me. But I mean, this is just in general, I guess, not really just Mercury retrograde, but I don't know, they felt really long. Really, like, there was just so much going on, like little things here and there that kind of like slowed down. And I'm not normally a really positive person, and I kind of remained positive through this, but it got exhausting. So, but I made it. I'm here. It's 2 weeks later. I started walking again, which I'm proud of myself of. So the first 3 days and today of June. So 4 of the last 5 days I've been walking, and I'm very proud of myself. So
wow.
Yes, how are you, Jose?
I got nothing.
Not even Mercury retrograde.
Yeah, no. I mean, I'm good.
Yeah.
Work's been slow, I guess.
Okay.
I mean, it hasn't really been slow. I just haven't been going.
I wish I had that option.
I count that as slow.
Okay.
But yeah, I think like last week I only worked 2 days.
Yeah.
And then this week I took a 3-day weekend. Was that me?
Yeah, it was. All of a sudden. No.
Hey, at least it didn't make any noise.
Oh, but it
like
vibrated,
some people.
It vibrated the whole ass table. Okay.
It's how I roll.
Yeah.
But no, I really haven't done much. Finally got my PS3. I mean, my PS5. Sorry, I was looking down and I could see the 3 there.
Yeah, you're all excited.
Yeah, I finally got my PS5. Took forever.
Yeah.
But I finally got it.
Yeah.
And I'm really excited.
That's cool.
Haven't even played any new games on it. Because I got the Spider-Man, the what's it called? The
Miles Morales one, or just Spider-Man?
Well, I got both of them, like the remastered. The remaster and the Miles Morales.
Yeah. So
I got both of them, and right now I'm playing through the remaster, and it's such a good game. It's just so addicting. It really is. The swinging mechanics are great on it. It's really fun to play.
Yeah.
I don't like the fact that they kind of recast the face for Spider-Man.
Okay.
So
like, how did they recast it?
they just
Changed
got a
it?
different face actor for it, face model.
So they already had a version,
Yes.
and then when they re-released it, they just changed the face.
Yes,
Of
same
Peter
voice,
Parker.
same voice actor,
Oh.
but a different face model.
Why? Why did they need to do that?
I have no idea.
Oh, okay.
People think that it's to more closely resemble Tom Holland
Okay.
because he does
Kinda
look
like
a little
Tom
more like Tom Holland. I don't like it. I like the awkward looking one in the original release. But I mean, you know, little little grievances here and there.
Yeah.
Really no issue. I highly enjoy the game. I have a lot of fun playing it.
Yeah.
And I'm really excited to beat it, so then I could go on to Miles Morales.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, thanks for bringing me a copy. I appreciate it.
Of course.
Yeah.
I also got Horizon.
Yeah.
And I just can't get into that game.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is about it. I just can't get into it. And it's such a cool concept.
Yeah.
With with robot dinosaurs.
Yeah. Yeah. Like are they half organic and half mechanical? They're just all
they're just all robots.
Okay, all robots. Got it.
Yeah. And it's such a cool concept, but then I found out like the twist from the last game.
Yeah, and spoilers. You can just tell me. I'm not gonna play it.
So Aloy, I like her name.
I'm like, who?
Aloy, the main character.
Yeah, the main character.
Yeah, so she is a clone.
Oh.
And to me, once you bring clones into it, I'm like, okay, I don't care anymore.
Oh, okay.
Unless you're that Blade Runner.
Yeah.
I don't care. You know.
Yeah.
And
but why does that completely just kill the game
for you? I don't know, because now it's that thing I mentioned before. Like you're special.
Yeah.
You're created for this.
Okay.
And to me that bugs me. I don't want someone that's special. I want someone that does extraordinary things an ordinary person that does extraordinary things.
Got it.
I don't like when you make my main character special, which is one of the reasons I love Die Hard. Die Hard is my favorite movie.
He's just a regular guy.
Yeah, he's just a regular guy. Like you see him, and
was he a cop?
Yeah, he's a cop.
He was like a detective, right?
Yeah.
That's the movie. That's the one where in the beginning he like catches his wife cheating or something like that.
No.
What movie is that? With
I
Bruce
have
Willis.
no idea.
I swear it's Die Hard. No.
No.
Okay. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, so I mean, just a regular guy who just happens to be there when shit hits the fan, and he does everything he can to stop it. You know, it's not an Arnold Schwarzenegger or Sylvester Stallone, like those muscle bound guys.
Yeah.
Bruce Willis is kind of schlubby in it. He's just running around in a tank top.
Yeah, he's still a really attractive man.
Yeah,
but
very
you're
much
right.
so.
Very, very like average Joe. Yeah, almost type of guy.
And that's the reason why I love Die Hard. You're giving me a regular guy who. He's not special forces the way every Arnold character is, or a Stallone, you know.
Yeah, I get you.
He's just a regular cop that just happened to be there.
Yeah, and you know what? Movies do that a lot. Like I even think about, like for example, World War Z, and like Brad Pitt's character in that movie, and he was like some scientist that they needed to be brought in because he needed to resolve the issue.
He was a scientist / special forces,
like the special one. Yeah,
he was what kids want to be when they grow up. They're like, I want to be an astronaut / scientist / special forces president.
Exactly, he was everything exactly, and I think you're right. Like it really removes that. Like I think in regards to like for example, 28 Days Later, right? Like he was biking, you know, and he wasn't anybody special. I mean, it's not really like exactly the same idea, but he's living through this crazy situation, apocalypse, you know, world, just waking up from it, and you like that type of hero. You're right, because it's like something very relatable, you know, like something that he was just out being casual, having it got knocked out, woke up to this crazy ass world, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a good point. Never thought about it.
Yeah,
that way.
and. Yeah, every time you do that to me, it just takes it away. Like when the Amazing Spider-Man did it, it really bugged me.
Yeah,
the fact that you don't remember, huh?
No,
I can see your eyes kind of glaze over.
I started watching it today, which is so funny.
They
I should have watched it
in the Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Yeah,
where Peter's dad was actually the one that created the spiders, and the only reason that Peter got powers from that spider bite is because his DNA. Matt was the same as his dad's, so nobody else could have gotten it. And again, to me, like don't make my character special.
Yeah. And I can changing up and it's been years since I've seen the movies.
You're not missing much.
Well, and I would watch them. I was gonna watch it again today on the first one, The Amazing Spider-Man. But I did see where it started off already talking about his family, and then I remember what you told me, and I think that's a really good point because they kind of changed up the story of Spider-Man altogether, Peter Parker altogether. You know, it becomes this whole other thing, and it's just like, you know, oh well, and I get it. They have to kind of try to change it up so people don't get bored because you know, then we got a third Spider-Man after that. Like it's like third. Tom Holland is what I mean.
But there are also so many stories that you can go off of. You don't just have to do Green Goblin every time.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
You don't just have to do Dr. Octopus. Like there's so many stories.
Yeah. And it's always I feel like that's where that's what like Batman does wrong.
Oh yeah.
it's always the Joker. Like I feel like it's always the Joker. Like there's always an undertone of the Joker being somewhere, and it gets boring. And I think that's what I liked about, even though like about the Christian Bale series, even though the Joker was one of them, right? In the first one, it was like Scarecrow. Like
yeah. Everything was contained.
Yeah, exactly. Everything was contained,
like self-contained. Like you didn't get the Joker just meddling in here as well.
Oh yeah. Like the actual cause of everything going on, type of thing. Yeah, I get you.
Yeah, because the Arkham series did that, where the Joker was always involved.
Oh, I honestly I stopped paying attention at a certain. I mean, I stopped watching at a certain point.
The video games.
Yeah, I didn't play. Oh, okay, I didn't play the video games
at all.
Actually, I might have played like part of it, like on the Xbox. But like probably the first one.
No, they're really good.
I've heard
the stories are great.
I've heard.
But it's always a Joker.
Yeah.
In Arkham Asylum, the main villain is the Joker.
That's so boring.
And yeah, it worked there.
Yeah.
But then when you get Arkham City, the main villain is Hugo Strange.
Okay.
Which was interesting. It was well done. But then you also have the Joker in it, and the Joker's sick, and the Joker infects you.
Doesn't he become like this giant?
That's at the end of the Arkham City.
Oh, okay.
I mean, Arkham Asylum.
Okay.
Arkham City, like he dies in Arkham City.
Oh, okay.
And then in Arkham Knight, he's a figment of your imagination. So they bring him back.
Let him go.
Exactly. And then they do Arkham Origins, where it's supposed to be Black Mask having put a bounty on Batman's head.
Yeah.
So having sent all of these assassins to kill Batman.
Yeah.
And then it turns out that Black Mask was really killed by the Joker, and the Joker became Black Mask. So it's like, really? And don't get me wrong, like
plot twist.
At that point, Mark Hamill wasn't doing the Joker anymore. Troy Baker did it, and Troy Baker does a great Mark Hamill impression. Yeah. Because
that's funny.
I was like, is this Mark Hamill? It wasn't.
That's interesting. It just gets boring.
No, I totally agree with that. Give me different. There's so many stories.
Yeah.
That's what bugs me. Like there's so many stories to tell, and you keep bringing back these one or two stories.
Yeah.
And I mean, I guess that I have to give credit where credit is due.
Yeah.
Zack Snyder, he gave us 17 different stories in one movie. None of them were resolved. None of them led anywhere. But I guess he tried, right?
I guess he tried to, expand out there somehow. No, yeah. I've been playing The Evil Dead a lot.
Oh, how's that going?
It's going really well. I've completely like stopped playing Dead by Daylight. I think I forced myself to play around the other day. Because I was like, I haven't played it in a while, and it was entertaining again, But in the Evil Dead, I'm playing as a survivor so far, just because I want to learn more about the characters. Like I'm really interested in the Evil Dead universe in a sense, and I almost watched the movie the other day, and then I creeped myself out. I was like, nah, I'm good.
Oh, why?
I don't know though. That practical,
it's so good.
That practical, yeah. What do you call it? Practical effects. Yeah. It was really creepy. The demon things are really creepy. And then the vibe of it, like I can already tell. But I want to see the characters in their the characters from the game.
Habitats?
I guess the real versions of them, the live versions of them. I want to see them in the movies now, and then in the series. Just out of curiosity now. But I like the idea of the game where you're just collecting pieces of the map, and then you got to find the Kandorian dagger.
Yeah.
And then the book. I don't remember what
Necronomicon.
The Necronomicon. That's really cool, and I like I've fully maxed out that character that I told you about. And I can't remember his name all of a sudden. What's his name? Eric.
Yes.
Ed. I think
it was Eric.
I think I said Eric, and it was actually Ed.
Maybe.
I'm gonna look this up real quick. But no, like I've become, I should say mastered, but he's been maxed out. He's level 25 now, which is the max level of the characters. So that's his name is Ed Getley, is his name. And what I like about him is that his special ability, the demons are able to plant traps. So you get like mini ashes. Did you know about mini ashes in the series or anything like that?
Yes.
Okay.
I think on the third one.
Okay. So there's so they put them as traps inside of the loot boxes that you get. Mm-hmm. So they jump, there's 3 of them that jump out and attack you if you're trapped. If you fall on the trap like that type of thing. So there's like mini ashes. So they trap things. Well, his Ed's ability is to basically like disarm traps in the area once you turn on. Yeah. So he's been really useful, and I'm trying to play as like a different category of character. I'm trying to play as a leader right now, and I don't know homegirl's name that I'm playing as, but she's the daughter of the guy that is looking for the book.
Daughter of the guy. That's a great way to put it.
Well, you know the series. That's why.
Hey, you know how long it's been since I've swatched it?
Swatched it?
Swatched it? I was gonna say seen it, and then I realized I wasn't right.
I almost called this Dead by Daylight, Evil Dead.
Wow.
I'll find out the name of her. But so I'm playing as one of the leaders now so it's leaders, hunters, warriors, and support are the characters. And I want to play support, but I feel like support is really weak. Like they go down really fast because they have a lot of they have a lot of health. Like they have a lot of like revives. You know, things for you to replenish your health before you die, type of thing, right?
Annie Nobry.
Annie. Don't remember if that's her name or not.
She's one of the leaders.
Okay, then I'm gonna say that. Let me see. I just want. Well, can you show me a picture of her real quick?
I don't have a picture of her.
Oh, then you're no help.
All I'm getting is a name.
You're the S tier survivor. It doesn't say. Oh, yeah, it is Annie. You're right.
What?
Yeah. I just want to make sure it was her, but she's the one I'm playing as. Her ability is a bit different though. Her ability just powers up everybody else's like weapons.
Okay.
So melee and guns. It's okay, but for me, it doesn't really help. I feel like the trap situation is better, you know. But again, I'm just trying to do different characters now, so I don't get just stuck on how to play with that one guy. So
it's one of those games where you would be better served having an actual team of people.
Yes.
So you could play one, and then you could have a leader.
Yeah.
To power up weapons, the other one to disarm.
Yeah. It would like one of each category would help out for sure. Especially, I noticed that when we don't have a support character, the team kind of goes down kind of fast. Like you don't find as much shemps, and shemps are for like replenishing your health. It's like the drink. It's cola, shemp cola. So I guess he really likes to drink that stuff. Do you remember that from the series? Okay. You sound like a real big fan at a point about this. Anyway, so that's how you replenish your health, by drinking the sodas. And then so the supports, one of the supports, when she drinks the soda, she helps everybody else. So she replenishes everybody else's health when she does that. So we've lost a few games when I noticed that we don't have a support, but I don't want to play support. I don't. I'm more of a melee guy for sure. And I've gotten better with the ranged weapons, so I've gotten much better at it. But but for example, Ed has crossbows like as his best type of weapon that he can use, or he does a lot better with the crossbows. But I feel like I can't figure out the distance, like at what point they do the damage.
Okay,
you know, like if I'm too far, it seems like I don't hit. But if I'm too close, like. It's not as accurate for me because I need nobody to attack me. Give me a minute. I gotta aim.
Just wait right there.
Hold on, stand still for a second. Hold on. But no, they're crazy. The demons are crazy. Like the leaders that they summon are pretty intense. They're pretty tough, and the way they they could get possessed. It's really really intense. But it's been a fun game. I'm looking forward to seeing what other type of updates they get. I'm looking forward to eventually unlocking characters. I keep trying to do the first mission and I can't complete it because I'm weak.
Shame.
It's also a warrior, and I'm not used to the warrior yet. I'm used to the hunters. So
what's the difference?
One's melee, one is ranged. Yeah, so that's the main difference between the two. One gets better melee, one gets better ranged. So
gotcha.
I gotta practice with that instead. But it's been fun. I like the game a lot. I wish you would play, so I wouldn't play by myself. Anyway,
I've been watching this show called The Righteous Gemstones on HBO.
Never heard of it.
So I've heard great things about this show, right? And I didn't want to watch it because I don't like the creator of the show, and I know I'm in the minority because people love this guy, which is Danny McBride. I'm not a fan of Danny McBride. He's also stars in the show.
What else is he like? What else has he made?
Shit, I can't think of.
What's his name? Danny McBride.
Danny McBride.
Okay.
You'll know him when you see him. and it also has Adam Devine in it, and I can't stand him either. So I'm like, you got two people I hate, and you're telling me like that this show's so great. And in season 2 they had Eric Andre, I have cartoon hate for. Like, oh my god, I hate that guy. Like that guy just gets on my nerves so fast. So I was like, I'm never gonna watch this show. But then something was just like, one of the podcasts I listened to was just touting how great it was. So I finally decided to give it a chance. And John Goodman is the star of it. I love John Goodman. It is such a good show.
Oh, is it?
Like the show is so fun to watch, and it's about this giant mega church, right?
Okay.
And the family are called the Gemstones, and that's their last name, and they're all shitty people. And it's such a good show though. It's so funny where it has to be. Like it's a great show.
Yeah, and wow, that sounds really entertaining. I saw a documentary recently. What was the name of the documentary, Double?
I can't remember, but it's on Netflix.
It was on Netflix? Okay, it was on something.
That doesn't remember. That helped nothing.
Yeah, it really did.
It's a documentary of a family who ran a mega church.
Yeah, well,
some kind of evangelical.
Yeah, it was so. But this was like you had to you could pray your fat away type of thing. So the main character. It doesn't work, Jose. What the fuck? So the main,
everything is possible through He who gives me strength.
Oh my god, these people are fucking psycho, dude. Like anyway, like so the whole idea, the way that this woman became famous was by influencing people to follow this specific church and getting them to go on like some crazy diet where they just like instead of eating they pray or some shit like that. So like people are like getting really sick and stuff like that, but she would never take responsibility. And then every time something happened like in the church, like, or let's say to the family, like the leader's family, right, like that lady, every time something would happen to like one of her kids one of her daughters lost a kid herself. Like she I don't know exactly how they lost the baby, but they lost the baby and they blamed, like, instead of just taking responsibility and like, or just something happened in life, they were blaming somebody in the church community. Like just in general, they're like, one of you has sinned, thus we lost a family member. You know,
is that how that works?
It was so crazy. They're like, well, it's not our fault because we pray every day. You know, we do what we have to do to support our families, to support our cause and pray to Jesus or whatever, you know. And so they were blaming the community, and they like the family was never allowed to like show emotion or show how they felt. And dude, that documentary got so crazy, like to the point where like at the end, spoilers at the end, dude, like practically the whole family dies in like a plane crash.
Wow.
And only the one daughter who lost a baby like lived because she didn't go on this plane. Like she didn't go on the plane, and then she ends up taking over the church. And it's like just the same thing. Like it was the same thing, but I mean, it sounds very.
It's such a good show.
It sounds like a good show, but there's real life of it.
Yeah, but I would totally suggest this show. Like the first season, Danny McBride's character is getting blackmailed because they find a video of him doing a lot of like hookers and blow and all that stuff.
So real life guy.
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely. But it's such a funny show, and
Crazy.
I would totally suggest it. And it was one of those shows where I didn't want to watch it. I was very hesitant to watch it. Yeah. And despite how much I hate Adam Devine and Danny McBride and Eric fucking Andre, I highly enjoyed this show.
I think he had his own show at one point.
Eric
right?
Andre?
Yeah.
Yes, the Eric Andre show.
Yeah, and
fucking hate him. Oh my god, I hate him.
Yeah, I think I can see why. Because I think I've seen clips from it, and just not my type of humor, at least, for sure.
Yeah, no. I'm perfectly fine never seeing him again. But I totally suggest this show, and like I said, it was one of those shows that I didn't want to watch, and then afterwards, I was like, I need to stop because I need to go do other things.
Life.
Yeah. Let's talk about today's show, shall we?
Let's do it.
All right, so we got news, and news was very light this week, and. Okay, so most of it was because a lot of stuff was coming out later.
Okay.
And I got more news for next show, which I guess isn't gonna happen. Or
like Thursday show? Or what do you mean?
No, because you're gonna be busy.
I'll be back Sunday.
Oh, you'll be back
yes.
Sunday? You sure?
I said that earlier.
I wasn't sure.
I'm going out of town, so Jose's really mad at me about this. Just FYI.
Yeah. So, but at that point, all of this was written, and I didn't want to go back and add to it.
Got it. You had more stuff for next
Yeah,
Sunday shows?
because more stuff came out after all of this was written. Because this show was originally supposed to be done Thursday. Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
We got the review on Obi-Wan.
Yes.
The
3
first
episodes.
3 episodes, yes. And
Pokemon, yes.
Pokemon.
Oh, and next week, Miss Marvel starts on
And
Wednesday.
Miss Marvel starts,
I'm
you're
so
right.
excited.
So am I.
Really excited. Cool.
There was something else, wasn't there?
Well, so yeah, I can't think of anything else.
Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Well,
But
either way.
we're gonna cover like the 4th episode of Obi-Wan and then the 1st episode of Miss Marvel next week, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I think Miss Marvel's only gonna be 6 episodes.
But it's gonna be the 1st episode that comes
Yeah.
out. Okay,
No, but
cool.
I'm saying like the.
Really?
I have no.
That's short.
That's how long the other ones have been. Except WandaVision, but WandaVision had 30-minute episodes the first 4.
Yeah, that's true. Still stoked?
Yeah, can't wait. Okay, so damn, this is no longer soon will. Like scientists have discovered a lava-covered Earth.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's basically people are calling it Planet Hell.
Oh,
Because
wow.
that like this planet is just always on fire. It rains lava.
Whoa.
That's really fucking cool.
Yeah.
It's the James Webb Telescope is set to study a couple of super Earth geological planets. They're harder than gas giants because to find because their relative size. So they're difficult to spot. But they found 2. They're both uninhabitable. But scientists think that studying them could be. What
did you write?
It's because I just have words there.
Okay. That sounds like you.
Yeah, scientists think that investigating them could still be a proving ground for future in-depth studies of planets like our own. So, but I mean, it's just, all of these planets that you find,
Yeah.
it's just to me, it's just like there's this whole planet of fire now.
Yeah.
Where
Yeah.
it's like an entire planet of Arizona.
No. No. Yeah. Just what we needed.
Yeah, with surface temperatures far above the melting point of typical rock forming minerals.
Whoa. Crazy.
Yeah.
That reminds me, I was thinking about when you said that right now, Love, Death, Robots, right?
Yes.
When I know we didn't really like this one, like the whole thing with Io. It was like one of the moons of Jupiter. The episode where she's Kiverson is the main character. You don't remember any of these
That
names.
does not help.
Okay, so
I did not.
The 2 astronauts, they go to a planet.
Okay.
One of them dies.
And the other one just carries her.
Carries her around, right?
Yeah.
She gets like super stoned and like it turns out in that one, spoilers, like
She's
Io.
euphoric.
Yeah.
Oxygen deprivation, man.
Well, and so it turns out that Io is supposedly like a machine. Like it's a machine and it's supposed to be doing something. I just thought it was really cool in that episode how they kept showing like the eye of Jupiter the whole time, and it was almost like it was looking at Io the whole time. It was really trippy, but kind of reminded me of like just how different planets exist, or like Io exists, and it's a whole mechanical thing according to Love, Death, Robots.
That's a
Totally.
I mean, that's definitely a credible source.
Shut up.
So it's estimated that in about 5 billion years, the sun is going to become a red giant and destroy Mercury, Venus, Earth, and probably Mars.
Oh.
So scientists are kind of already starting to come up with plans on how to survive something like this, right?
We're not even gonna be alive.
Oh, no, we're not. But I guess you want to start early.
Okay.
If the world doesn't end way before that.
Yeah.
Because let's be honest.
For other reasons.
We'll be lucky if we make it for another 20 years.
Yeah, we're gonna end up on Mars.
But yeah, like right now, if we had to leave Earth, the closest solar system is Alpha Centauri. It would take us about 4 years to get there, and that's traveling at the speed of light.
Wow.
We can't go that fast.
Wow.
So they're trying to figure out. This is really interesting to me. There's something called rogue planets, right? Which are planets that have just been kicked out of their solar system. And and they're just floating around space.
Oh, because the gravitational pull is not holding on to them? Okay.
So these planets are just floating around space. They're
just like out and about.
and their core is kind of what's holding the warmth in, like the planet's warmth. But scientists are figuring out that there might be a way to quote unquote ride these planets.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So they're thinking, okay, we could either build a huge spacecraft and send them off into space and then have generations of people live and die on that spacecraft, right?
Yeah.
So because it's going to take hundreds and hundreds of years to get to a habitable planet. So they're like, well, X amount of people are going to be on this spacecraft. They're going to live there and die there.
Yeah.
And then their kids are eventually going to get to the planets and all that stuff. But they're like, well, we could either do that or we could ride these planets with something called solar sailing.
Okay. What is solar sailing?
So solar sailing is like you somehow use the beams of light from the sun
to carry you. I mean, to push you.
To push you.
Interesting.
Yeah. Like, it wouldn't be a permanent home because there's very limited resources on these planets. There's no day and night cycle.
Okay.
And there's no continuous heat source. And that core is dying.
Yeah, well, because it's a rogue planet, it doesn't have...
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
It has nothing.
But
and they don't even know if like some of these planets will have oceans in them or water at all.
Right.
So I'm just like, how the hell? Like, this does not seem like a good idea at all, because once you're far away from the light source, it's just darkness.
Yeah, and then maybe we should really focus on what's going on now instead of what we can do in 12 million years or whatever. Yeah, you know, like, let's get back to Earth.
I want to ride a planet.
Ding. Okay.
Yeah, but no
you won't
animals.
Even live through that.
No animals either.
Or other animals.
No bacteria. Like, there's nothing on. They're desolate.
Wow.
And they're just like, you know what? I want to ride that.
People. Yeah. There was that movie that what's his name was in.
Chris Pratt.
No.
Passengers. I think that's what. It was
no, not that one. It was like really big. It had Anne Hathaway in it for sure. It was Anne Hathaway and God. What is that guy's name? And it was
Clooney.
No.
I don't know.
That was Sandra Bullock and George Clooney. What is the name of that movie? That was Gravity. Interstellar. That's
was Anne Hathaway in it? Oh, yeah. Matthew McConaughey.
Matthew McConaughey and Anne Hathaway. Anne Hathaway was in that.
I don't know.
I
know. So I have fallen asleep through that movie 4 times.
Why? It's good.
I
it's
could
interesting.
not get through it.
Okay. I can see why, though. I can see why. It's very different. She was in that movie. Anne Hathaway and Matthew McConaughey, correct. I can understand why you would fall asleep through that movie. Anyway, where I was going with that is that they send out different crew members to different possible other planets, and some didn't survive. And then the one guy that survived ended up like kind of going crazy and wanting to like just get back to Earth. So he's like, fuck you guys, I'm gonna kill you and leave you here, and then try to go back to Earth. That was the Matt Damon character in that movie. But the planets, like it just reminded me of what you were saying, because those planets are desolate. There's like nobody there. There's just like very limited resources and things like that. And that's why he's trying to get back, where everybody else is trying to move forward. And then it becomes this whole trippy interstellar situation going on. But crazy movies.
Have you seen the original Planet of the Apes?
No, I don't think
with
so.
Charlton Heston?
No.
Really good movie.
I'm sure.
And it holds up.
Cool.
The costume's not great.
Yeah. It reminds me of that scene in Shang-Chi.
I was just thinking about that.
Yeah.
How did they teach all those
monkeys
to ride horses?
Yeah.
They're acting.
That's why he became an actor, because of the monkeys. It's hilarious.
Yes. But there's thought to be about 50 billion rogue planets out there.
Wow.
It's a lot of goddamn planets.
Yeah. This is way too much to imagine.
Let me ride a planet.
No. Let you ride something, all right? No, we got to focus on Earth, guys.
These fucking flying discs, apparently.
Dicks?
Because, they're flat. Fucking people, man.
Yeah. I saw something about that recently, too. And I'm trying to remember what was the reason. But people were like, he was like, seriously, like, because, okay, and then the explanation behind why the Earth is flat and we can't see beyond the Earth is because God really exists on the other side of the flat Earth.
What?
It got really crazy. It got really crazy. It was like there's a dome over our flat Earth, and the reason nobody wants you to be able to reach that, the edge of the flat Earth is because God is over there.
Okay.
It was literally that, and I was like, "What? What?" I don't know. You could have said anything else, and I probably would have believed you. But it was just like God's there. They don't want you to get to God.
Okay. I mean, we found planet Hell. I guess there's a planet Heaven out there somewhere.
Planet God.
Planet God.
Anyway.
Okay, so remember last week when I mentioned in the news where Kathleen Kennedy, the president of Lucasfilm, said the future of Star Wars is in new characters and not recasting old characters?
Cool.
The Lando Calrissian series still seems to be in the works with Donald Glover starring as the character made famous by William D. Williams.
That was in episode 2? Episode 3? Episode 5?
What?
Because it was originally episode 2, but then it became episode 5, I believe. Because you know how episodes 1 through 3 were created more recently, or they did a prequel.
Yes.
So episode 2 became episode 5, and I think that's where he was introduced.
Was it?
I don't fucking know. I might just be making that
up.
up.
I thought he was in
All of them.
Yeah, like in the
I
original
swear it was
trilogy.
part 2.
Maybe.
I don't know though.
That's The Empire Strikes Back.
Which one? Part 2?
Yes.
Okay. That's why I think he was introduced, because he was one of the.
Yeah, because he's the one that betrays Han. He calls him Han.
Okay.
I always thought it was funny that his name is Billy D. Williams. Because now it's just like his name's William D. Williams.
Random.
Yeah. So that's what I wrote down here. William D. Williams.
Okay.
So
They're gonna continue that then.
yeah. So when asked about her previous comments, Kennedy says, "I never say never about recasting. It's certainly not something that we're doing with any intention right now. We're still talking about the Lando with Donald Glover, for instance, but I don't think we would intentionally just look back at some of the characters like Luke and Leia and whatnot and decide arbitrarily to do a story."
I call bullshit on that.
Yes, because we've all seen Little Leia.
Okay, we'll get into that. We'll get into that. That sounded really weird, by the way. Little Leia. It just does not sound appropriate. Yeah.
But, I mean,
I don't know why. No,
wow.
it's weird.
Yeah, you went to a weird place.
No, you said it. I don't know. It's weird. Moving on.
She goes, there would have to be a really strong reason why. So, yeah, we just got.
Yeah.
She's already backtracking.
Yeah.
So, not too long ago, Liam Neeson was asked if he would be willing to return to Star Wars as Qui-Gon Jinn. And he goes, if it was a film, yeah, I'm a bit of a snob when it comes to TV, I must admit. I just like the big screen,
Oh, messy. That's messy.
What?
That's messy. I don't know. It just sounds messy. Like, he sounds like a dick. That's what I'm saying. He sounds arrogant is what I'm trying to say.
I think it's an old school way of thinking because back in the day, you wouldn't see a big movie star doing TV shows,
Arrogance. Got it.
Yeah, a little bit, definitely.
Like, it's beneath him, like, whatever.
Yeah, so people were disappointed that Neeson wouldn't return to a TV series.
I mean, I personally feel like something might come up with him in this series, personally.
Well, in completely unrelated news, Murphy's Multiverse and other outlets have reported the return of Liam Neeson to voice Qui-Gon Jinn for the upcoming animated series Tales of the Jedi for Disney+.
Completely unrelated.
The show is an anthology series that will feature stories of different Force-wielding Star Wars characters like Qui-Gon Jinn, Ahsoka, and Count Dooku in different points in their lives.
I really want to talk about Obi-Wan, but
We'll get there.
Yeah, we will. And while I won't share my sentiments about the show yet, I think it's too much. I don't know. I feel like it's too much. I feel like they're doing a lot, but then again, Marvel's doing a lot too, and I feel like maybe just because I like Marvel more is why I'm okay with Marvel doing a lot. But it's just yeah.
So remember last week when I mentioned in the news where Kathleen Kennedy, the president of Lucasfilm, said the future of Star Wars is in new casting and not recasting old legacy characters?
Okay.
So while Qui-Gon Jinn will be played by Neeson, a younger version of Qui-Gon will be voiced by Neeson's real-life son.
My son's not beneath it, though. That's what I'm thinking.
What?
To cast the voice, to be casted in a TV show. He's going to do it, and then he's not. And then his son's appropriate for it. Not beneath it. Well, okay. Not above it, excuse me, is what I'm trying to say. Fuck you.
So Star Wars fans are the worst. Star Wars fans really are terrible.
Yes. Is this the Moses Ingram story?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So people are attacking Disney for defending Moses Ingram.
And then they compared it to Gina Carano. Sorry.
Yes.
Sorry.
You want to do this story?
Yeah, I definitely do.
Please.
People are fucking racist assholes, pieces of shit for no fucking reason. Okay, and I really was trying to find what they exactly said to her because I was curious, like what people were saying and why people were being racist to her, like what specifically about it. But I couldn't really find. I just saw that she did a live. Talking about how like she's been getting like a bunch of messages being racist, people being racist,
because black people don't exist in space, Jaime.
Well, but see, and that's likely what it was like, And thankfully, Disney has supported her and backed her up in what she's saying, right? Also, Ewan McGregor came out and spoke out about it, and he clearly said like, "Hey, if you're a racist, you're not a Star Wars fan, because there's so many levels." Of different types of creatures, people, that exist all across this universe. And if you're focusing on this person being black, then you're the problem. Definitely the problem. And I thought that was great.
Yeah.
That they stood up for her. And this is kind of why I feel like even more reason, why representation is great. Is because even though you're gonna come across these people, you have somebody like Moses Ingram, who I've never even heard of. I'll be completely honest with you, but. I mean, amazing. Unfortunately, she's getting that type of backlash from just like scum ass people.
Yeah, you're right.
That's what I read. I don't know what the comments were to her. Do you?
No.
But the racism is terrible.
Yeah,
absolutely terrible.
Yeah, you mentioned it, and then people were just like, "How come y'all didn't say anything when Gina Carano got canned on social media and harassed for months?" Oh, that's right. She didn't have the right politics.
It wasn't politics, though. It was misinformation on top of that.
Look, here's the thing. So nobody should be getting death threats.
Nobody.
If you're giving out death threats because somebody doesn't believe what you believe, you're a dumbass.
Yeah.
One.
Absolutely.
Two, Gina Carano can't act. I fucking can't stand Gina Carano. Gina Carano is among one of those people that I really don't like.
I got you.
And that was way before she started spreading misinformation.
Yeah.
Three, Gina Carano put herself in the line of fire. Mm-hmm. Gina Carano was, quote unquote, attacked for her beliefs and her spreading of misinformation, her comparing having to wear a mask to the Holocaust.
Yeah,
like
right.
and Moses Ingram is being attacked
just
by the
for
color
acting
of her skin.
Yeah, and just for being in the show. Yeah, like that's what it is.
Do we see the difference here?
Yeah.
Why is this even a comparison?
Yeah.
Like fucking people are morons.
Yeah, and that's the stupid part because then again, those are the same people who are probably sending the racist comments, towards Moses Ingram.
No, very much so.
Like it's just. And it sucks because it's like the value of that actress and the character. Like, I mean, the vibe of the character, the vibe of the actress portraying that character, and people don't appreciate that. They're just appreciating. They're just looking down on her. Yeah, they're focused on her color, the color of her skin. And what fucking decade are we in at this point? Like.
But there are no black people in space, Jaime.
But again, this is why I go back to representation and who she is and showing herself and standing up to those people. I think that's really important. I think she's doing a phenomenal job standing up for herself, speaking out about it, letting people know about it, what kind of messages she's gotten, and what I think it's great that she's doing that. And the fact that she appreciates the people who have come out and backed her up is even more amazing.
Yeah, you're not wrong. It's.
Yeah,
that's really all I got. It's just
it sucks. People are assholes. Assholes, and people are assholes. That's it. I don't want to. I'll get into it about her in the show when we talk about the Obi-Wan.
Yeah, because there was when they did The Force Awakens, that actress whom I can't find here for some reason. What? Oh, Kelly Marie Tran.
Okay.
Like she had to go off social media.
Oh yeah.
And same with Daisy Ridley because women shouldn't be in space either. Apparently, I don't fucking know.
The same thing happened to the dude that played the clone, the
Stormtrooper.
The Stormtrooper, yeah. Like he got
John Boyega?
Yeah, he got a slew of like racist comments, and then Tran was one of the mechanics, right? Yeah. Like it was crazy, and thankfully they came out and defended her and talked to her, and they're like, "Hey, we've been through it too. Sadly, like." It sucks, and those are fun characters. I like those characters too. Too. I
didn't like those movies, so I thought I don't feel it had nothing to do with the characters. It just the movies were poorly written.
Yeah, it was a random story for those. Yeah. But it's
and
nothing new.
Like what's his name? Ryan something. The director of it.
People are assholes at the end of the day. Well, certain people.
People are, and I don't get it.
Yeah.
I really don't get it.
Yeah. But this is why we have to support characters like this. You know, actresses like them, like in general, people of color. You know, this is why when little things like, for example, in Moon Knight, right, where they straight up called her out for being, not called her out, but they asked her if she was an Egyptian, a superhero. It's cheesy, right? But at the same time, if you don't do things like that, then I feel like you're just allowing like more shit like that. You have to point those things out for some people.
I feel like pointing them out is more of a way to be like, hey, look what we're doing over here, which I don't like.
I feel
it's do it just let it be. Yeah, just because
she already was an Egyptian hero. You're right.
Like you don't have to call it out.
Yeah,
like you don't see, because can you imagine if Black Panther would be like, hey, I'm black?
Yeah,
we get it, we see it.
Yeah,
we don't need it pointed out. We're not stupid.
That's a good point.
So I don't need that.
Yeah.
Give me a story about a character.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck what they look like.
Yeah.
Who they're fucking.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just give me a good character.
Yeah.
That's it.
I get you.
If you could do that, then everything else falls into place.
Yeah. I'm so scared for it. Well, and this also happened with Xochitl Gomez, same thing. She got a bunch of like threats for just being, a lesbian character, mind you, right? And then I'm sure it's going to happen with the whole Miss Marvel being Pakistani and stuff like that. We're going to get a bunch of shit about that too. It's sad to think about, but I'm just happy to see those characters, on shows, on movies, see what else happens,
Yeah, exactly. It's sad that we're never going to really weed these people out.
Yeah.
Because they're always going to be there.
Yeah.
So, you know how finding a PS5 is goddamn impossible?
Yes.
So Sony,
I haven't been looking, but yes.
Sony says it's ramping up production of the console. On a call with investors this week, the CEO Jim Ryan said material shortages were improving. They're hoping to produce 18 million consoles in 2022 compared to 11.5 that they did in 2021.
Yeah.
Analysts fear that China being on lockdown will continue to disrupt manufacturing schedules, but Sony says their own manufacturing pipeline is improving. So maybe they're going to announce more stuff on State of Play event, which happened Thursday. I haven't looked into it because here I have a State of Play event happening today.
Awesome.
But yeah, new teasers and trailers as well as updates on games coming to the PlayStation VR 2.
Got you. I haven't really been looking for a PS5 to be honest.
Because they're damn near impossible to find.
Well, no, because I just don't want to invest the money if I started playing my PS4 again. And my PS4 does really well. Like
it's fine.
And I have a ton of memory on it still left over. I probably got a 500 gig one, and half of it is full now. Maybe I don't even know if it's that. Like maybe a quarter. But it's because I wasn't playing my PlayStation a lot until the Evil Dead came out, and I realized that I should have really bought Dead by Daylight on my PlayStation. I just didn't think I was gonna stick to Dead by Daylight as much as I did. But Evil Dead has been a lot of fun. Just sorry.
Yeah.
Flashbacks.
When I got my PlayStation 5, it also gives you the option to copy everything from the PlayStation 4.
That's good.
So I started doing that, but then I realized that first off, it takes forever. But one of the things that it did was it reserved all of this memory for that it might need for copying the things from the PS4, which I don't have much. I have like maybe 4 games on it.
Oh, okay.
But it wouldn't let me download any other games. So it set apart, I think, like 500 gigs. And there's only it set apart 580 gigs.
Whoa.
And there's only 677 gigs that are available.
What the fuck?
The rest, I think, is like 200 gigs are for like system storage and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, it wouldn't let me download any games or anything. So I stopped that transfer altogether. Which I should probably start now because I could probably do it while I play Spider-Man now.
Yeah.
So I might do that again.
Cool.
But yeah, I mean it's a good console. I like the interface a lot better than I liked it on the PlayStation 4.
Okay.
It's a little smoother.
Yeah.
I don't like the design on it. And it's
Yeah,
a
that's
lot
weird.
bigger than my Xbox.
Yeah.
Which I thought they would be around the same size.
Yeah.
No, it's a lot bigger.
The Xbox is like kind of
Yeah, it's a big rectangle
yeah. And where do you put the games in? Or is it
in the slot.
where's the slot?
On
Like it goes up and down?
yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm just trying to picture it.
Yeah, the
'cause-
slit goes up and down, or you lay it on the side and then it goes side to side.
Got it. And then you put the disc in it.
Yes.
Got it. Next story,
Yeah.
please.
I wanted to buy the digital version of the PlayStation 5, but they just didn't have it available. The way I got it was I had to go to the PlayStation site and sign up to get an email when they had them available.
Yeah.
And
And it was like whatever was available.
yeah. And when so I got an email saying, "Oh, you can get it from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m." And I fell asleep, and I woke up at 2:54.
Oh shit.
So I just barely got it.
The one.
Yes. So Xbox has applied for a new patent called software ownership validation of optical disc using secondary devices.
Great.
That's a great name.
Was there an acronym for that? Because I didn't understand any of what you said.
Solvopoduce.
That sounds. It sounds like it slides right off the tongue. Yes.
Yes. So basically saying that
rolls
if you
right off the tongue. Is it slides off the tongue or rolls off the tongue?
Rolls
Yeah. Wow.
So basically, it says that if you have a console with a disk drive and an internet connection, any game that you have on disk, now you could download it digitally, as opposed to always having to put a disc in.
Got it.
Yeah, which is cool because
Yeah.
I have games where I have the disc version of it.
Yeah.
And there are times where I don't want to get up.
It's really inconvenient.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially because of the way where I keep my games is a little further away from where I keep my
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, they take up space. It sounds very minute, right? But over time, like for example, even owning DVDs, Blu-rays, video games, it takes up space, and then you have to carry those things like when you move or whatnot, right? So I really have become more of a digital type of guy myself. Like I try to buy things for the most part digital. I think Pokemon are like the only games that I really like to buy now with hard copies because I like the box.
Yeah.
I like to put them up if I can somewhere, which I don't. They're nowhere. Anyway, but yeah,
You could lie,
I'm not a good liar apparently.
Look at all these Pokeboxes.
Yeah, they're right here behind me. There's nothing there.
Wow. So Jerry Bruckheimer, producer of the National Treasure movie, says National Treasure 3 with Nicolas Cage is still in development.
Wait, there was a part 2
Yes.
with Nicolas Cage?
Yes.
I don't remember this. And I like the National Treasure, the first one.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
And part 2 is a good one too.
I got to see it then.
Yeah, so when he was asked if he would ever work with Cage again, he responded with, "Absolutely. I love Nicolas. He's a brilliant actor. We are currently working on a script for National Treasure."
That's a very him movie. I would like to see him in that movie again, yes.
Yeah, I'm totally in on it.
Yeah.
So no update on the timeline, however, but looking forward to it.
Yeah. We talked about that type of movie. Oh, we talked about Uncharted and how like it could have been like a National Treasure or a Da Vinci
Yeah.
Code type of movie, and it wasn't. Yeah.
Or Indiana Jones.
Indiana Jones. Yep.
Which Indiana Jones 5 is coming. He's 80.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. I remember like he sprained his like he dislocated his shoulder throwing a punch
Yeah.
in rehearsals.
Poor man.
I'm still going to watch it though.
Yeah.
Dude, here's another movie I'm going to watch and you probably aren't.
Yeah.
Mel Gibson has confirmed that Lethal Weapon 5 is in active development.
Why? Oh, God.
Oh, Lethal Weapon 4 was terrible.
I'm sure.
It was terrible. But I was still in on it.
I'm sure.
So he says there's a script in the works and he's been in regular contact with Danny Glover, who is also ancient.
Yeah.
Like, he was too old for that shit in the first movie.
Yeah. I'm thinking about like Maverick, right? That came out, Top Gun. It's really not something I even want to watch. Like I'm not into.
Oh, that movie's getting rave reviews.
It is. I'm just saying like. I don't know.
But then
I guess
again,
I
you
probably
mentioned
won't
you're
watch
not
it.
a nostalgia guy.
Yeah, I'm
but
definitely
even
not.
people that haven't seen the first one are saying that movie's it's a great
Yeah.
movie on its own.
I guess just because I don't like Tom Cruise, but
I don't mind Tom. Why don't you like Tom Cruise?
he's a part of a certain cult.
So? so you're judging
Yes.
him on what he believes.
Exactly. Correct.
All right,
Yes.
as long as that's
I won't elaborate because I don't want to get canceled by that cult. They're crazy, bro.
Oh, yeah, they're very
fucking
crazy.
crazy. I'm not dealing with that shit.
They're very crazy.
I don't got time for that.
But by all accounts, like Tom Cruise is a great guy when you meet him.
Okay.
The guy really, I haven't heard anything bad about Tom Cruise other than what he believes.
He's kind of thick too.
I've heard that.
He could have been that character we saw, but he wasn't.
He could have been Captain Marvel.
He could have been Captain Marvel or what was his name? Superior Iron Man, but he wasn't.
Yeah. Yeah, but like by all accounts, he's a great guy.
Cool.
So I mean, I've never minded Tom Cruise. I like Tom Cruise.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Plus, I'm totally a Mission Impossible guy.
No, you're not. Didn't you say you weren't a fan of those movies?
No.
Oh, okay.
Well, that was me.
Oh, okay.
That was him.
Yeah, that's a duffel.
So, did you watch the West Side Story movie?
No. Wait, neither
Yeah.
one. I've never seen either one of them. No? I'm not that gay.
I just figured.
You know what? That's a lie. I love musicals. I am that gay. Just certain musicals.
So, Rachel Ziegler, who played Maria in that movie,
Okay.
she's gonna be, she's also gonna be Snow White in the live action remake. I don't know, but she's gonna be playing the lead in the new Hunger Games prequel, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes.
Stinks?
Snakes.
Oh, snakes. Okay.
Culebras.
Is that how you say snakes? Culebras. Yeah. The way you said it was kind of weird. You're Mexican. I'm just joking.
So, I don't know why I couldn't get into these movies.
I really like Hunger Games, though.
I think the reason I couldn't. All right, so I know I'm in the minority here too.
You hate Jennifer Lawrence.
I don't hate her.
Wow, you
Like
hate her.
I don't like her, and I don't know why. She is lovely, she is beautiful. I don't like her.
She's very much like Scarlett Johansson to me in my
You shut
head.
your whole mouth because I will fight you.
Yeah, like they're like interchangeable. Like they could be the same. They could be in the same.
You know what? We had a
movies.
good run.
Bye. Just saying.
I don't feel like she's that good an actress. Like I don't know. And it seems to me like she's always the same character. Like she has no range. Because in Hunger Games, she has no real emotion. Like she's always got that dead face. As Mystique, she's always got that like just no emotion in her face. And from what I've seen in Passengers, she's just always like and just there's no emotion to her.
Yeah.
And I don't know why. Like
I liked her. I thought she did really well in Hunger Games. I liked her. I personally like Jennifer Lawrence. I don't feel like
I
she's
totally
come
understand.
out. Yeah, I don't feel like she's come out in anything recently like that I've been really into. Yeah, because I'm not really into like. I liked the Hunger Games stories.
The stories seem really cool. I couldn't. She bored me,
I got you.
and I don't know why. So I mean, maybe with a new lead. Also, I really did think that movie suffered from too many white people.
The Hunger Games?
Yeah, I think I watched only the first one. And I haven't seen any of the other ones, and I was just like, "There's way too many people, white people in these poor countries."
That was before I was woke, so
yeah. See, and I'm not that guy.
that's funny.
Have you seen the Gotham Knights trailer? I think I sent it to you.
I did not see it. Sorry.
What happened to? Why don't you send these things to me?
Aren't they
so
all
we
white?
can talk about it?
Aren't they all white though?
Probably. I don't remember. I know I watched it. I don't remember any of it, but it's a CW, so probably. It looks entertaining, actually.
Okay.
I don't understand how they have Batman dying and then Harvey Dent is still the DA at this point.
Okay.
So he's not Two-Face yet. But
not the video game, right? It's
no,
the
not
movie?
the video game. The movie.
Man, the video game.
The TV show.
Okay.
But I don't know how I feel about the disconnection with the rest of the universe. But I do kind of appreciate it that I don't have to go back and watch 17 other shows.
Yeah,
to watch this and enjoy it.
It doesn't have to be like all crossovers, you know.
Yeah, but like, while I do wish there was some consistency sometimes, I like the fact that a lot of the Marvel shows now could kind of stand on their own.
Yeah.
And if you know the backstory, it helps. You know.
Yeah.
But you don't have to know everything about Moon Knight.
This guy looks like Jason Todd from.
He does look like Jason Todd
from the Titans. I can't stand his face.
So,
Meh.
Morbius. This god awful movie.
That better be a joke, by the way.
It has somehow developed a cult following.
Oh, okay. Well,
I don't know how, but it's so big, that Sony has decided to re-release it in theaters.
no. Wait, like, have they not seen the reviews?
People are calling for Sony to greenlight a sequel to this film. It's also it was also streaming on Twitch for 24 hours for some point until like Twitch realized it and took it down for copyright.
That's gross.
Yeah.
There's no reason to watch that movie.
That movie, oh my god, I would have walked out of it.
Yeah.
I wanted to multiple times.
Yeah. Oh, it has a 1-star rating on.
That's too high.
They couldn't put 0. Yeah, dude, it has it like this is where it's at right now in the tomato meter. It has 17%, and the audience score was 71%, which is way too generous.
But you know what? We talk about America's questionable taste.
Yeah.
Usually.
Yeah.
All right, so let's see what you think about this, because I know what I think. So, Secret Wars.
Okay.
A show that I've been really looking forward to.
Okay.
Marvel. Kevin Feige has confirmed that the upcoming Secret Invasion series will take place during the blip.
Why? Is that maybe because they're trying to set it up for like what's to come in the future then? Because like let's say the what are they called?
Skrull?
The Skrull came down during the blip because like that was their opportunity to come down during the blip. Like maybe I'm just thinking.
Well, possibly.
Yeah.
But what I don't understand is that Samuel L. Jackson stars in this series.
But isn't he a Skrull though? At a certain point, isn't he a Skrull?
Spider-Man? Yeah, in Spider-Man not Homecoming, the second one, No Way Home, Far From Home.
He was a Skrull.
He's a Skrull.
So that's what I'm thinking. Like it's like they're gonna set it up to like maybe to plant. Like it shows them planting the Skrulls, or ish, type of thing.
But the Skrull that becomes Nick Fury is the Skrull that is voiced by Ben Mendelsohn, who's also returning. So Nick Fury and Talos will both be in this. And yeah, maybe it could be a Skrull masquerading as Fury.
Yeah. Because that's what it sounds like to me. Like it's gonna be like kind of explaining how they came, type of thing. And I mean, I guess at least we're not getting Infinity Stones, like type of thing, like at least maybe it's just a prequel to what's to come, and what's going to maybe be a bigger thing. So I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm kind of iffy about it too. Like I'm on the fence.
Yeah, I'm a little over them going back and giving me old stories at this point.
Yeah, well, the only reason I'm saying that though is because how are they gonna explain like everybody that got replaced essentially by the Skrulls? Like if they don't do like a prequel type of story.
But I
don't know.
I guess the way I was thinking is that this whole series will be self-contained, as opposed to setting up a future movie.
Okay,
but. I mean, I don't
know.
know.
Secret Wars was a big deal, though. Like,
it
seemed
much
like
so.
Like it could be its own phase, even of a Marvel set of movies type of thing. So that's the only thing I'm thinking. But I'm on the fence about it. I don't like going back in time personally. Like the whole the Black Widow movie was like to me was what was the point? So it's iffy. It's iffy, So yeah.
Yeah.
Weird.
I mean, I'm still gonna watch it, but
I'm just gonna complain first.
Oh yeah, very much so. Every minute, I hate watch.
Huh?
I hate watch.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And all those Zack Snyder movies will tell you.
Oh my god.
All right, that's all I got for news. Do you have anything else to add?
No. We got a Pokemon announcement that came out, but it's not the Pokemon of the week.
Oh, you want to share with us? Share with the class?
Sure. I wasn't ready for it.
Jesus Christ.
No, but we did get an announcement for new Pokemon that are coming out with Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, and it does seem like it's going to be a very like a future and past type of situation with this one.
Oh
and
God, we're getting prequels now.
Well, and it's weird because it doesn't really look. I think it's just more of like the representation of the future and past, but not so much of like you're in the past, you're in the future type of thing. It's more of like the characters.
This is a retro version.
I don't know how to explain it because, for example, we have the two professors, right? One is going to be for Violet. One is going to be for Scarlet. Yes, this is Violet. Is Red? Scarlet.
They are a lot younger than I remember them.
So they are a lot younger. This is Professor Sada. And then that is, the male is Professor Turo. So it's like pasado, futuro. So he represents the future, she represents the past type of thing. So I don't really know. I mean, it sounds like it's a theme, in the games, but where exactly it's going to land and how it's going to land is the question, because I don't know. Most of it doesn't seem like it's going to be a prequel. It doesn't seem like it's going to be a futuristic that much, just the representation of the past and the future. So, Sada is very. She's
all
very.
I hear is asada.
Asada. Well, it's supposed to be like pasado,
Yeah,
right? But they put Sada because she's female. Why wasn't it Sad X?
On that note, cut to commercial.
So yeah, we got the announcement of that and how it's gonna relate to the past and the future, but again, not really clear. I did post earlier this week also the legendaries, which Koraidon and Miraidon. They sound very Japanese in names, but I'm not really sure. Oh, and it does actually stand for the past and the future. So Koraidon is the past. Miraidon is the future one. So you can see them in the design. Like it's very more like a primitive type of design in Koraidon. And then in Miraidon, it's more of like a futuristic, like electric. It looks like electric and fire are going to be cool. The two. Yeah, I'm really excited. And they showed us 3 new Pokemon. One is Palmy, which it's okay. It's cute. It's like the Pikachu clone of the season. Okay. Then we got Smoliv, which I think is a really cute name, and it's okay. But the breakout star is Lechonk.
Okay,
it's a pig Pokemon. His name is Lechonk, and he's definitely been. He's definitely been the breakout star. Lechonk is really cute. I was so confused. I posted it on my Instagram saying. I posted, "Hello, you ugly little charming Lechonk. I hate you, but I love you. I've never felt so confused in my life." It's so true. See, Lechonk. I saw it and I was like, "What the fuck? This thing is adorable."
All right. I wouldn't even eat that thing.
You would. I wonder if it's gonna evolve into like a meal. Because Adolfo was saying that lechon is like a type of a dish made out of pig.
It's roasted pig.
Roasted pig. Oh yeah, the one with the apple and stuffed pigs.
Roasted pig.
There you go.
Lechon.
Oh my god. Yeah, and apparently it's like in the Filipino culture, same thing. It's because they call it lechon. It's like a very similar dish. Other people have claimed it, because the Spaniards took over everything. So or tried to at least. I'm excited. The Pokemon designs weren't really like I wasn't a huge fan. I'd like Lechonk. And I like the two legendaries, but Palmy and Smoliv, they're generic. They're just too generic for me for like new reveals, But the game looks really nice. It looks really interesting. I'm excited.
All right.
But that's the Pokemon news that we have so far.
Okay, so getting into Obi-Wan.
Yes.
We're going to have to share notes because
oh my god.
I watched episode 2 and 3 twice.
Oh.
So I'm pretty good with it.
Oh, okay.
But I didn't take notes.
Okay. I guess my initial reaction, like the overall feel of the show, I really enjoyed this. I was really surprised by how much I really got into the show. Episodes 1 and 2 especially, so episode 3 was a little slow for me, but episodes 1 and 2 were like really good. I was really really surprised at how much I got into it. And you know what? You know how I was complaining just like about desert planets and the usual. At least this expanded a little bit more. Like we got to see.
Funny because in the beginning I was like, oh, Jaime's gonna love this.
Yeah, because it wasn't just fucking Tatooine or whatever it's called, right?
Yes.
You don't know.
It is Tatooine with the 2 suns.
Well, that's the planet that Obi-Wan is on.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So, yeah, like I was really surprised that this, the pace of the show was really good so far. The characters, so many different type of characters and really interesting characters that we've gotten. And just overall, like a good, okay. Yeah. So what were your initial feelings about the show?
I liked it more than I thought I would.
Okay. Yeah.
It was, Moses Ingram's character is a hit or miss for me.
Okay.
Because sometimes like she just seems like she's just way overacting.
Mm-hmm.
And it definitely throws me out. Like it takes me out of a scene. The way she looks like her facial expressions just looks like a toddler that just got told no.
Mm-hmm.
And it definitely takes me out. Like, but sometimes it's like, oh, that worked. That looked really cool. She delivered that line great.
Yeah.
But then other times it's cartoony.
I get you. Mm-hmm.
So she's been a hit or miss for me.
Yeah.
I really like Ewan McGregor.
Yes.
I think he's fantastic, and his voice really does sound like Alec Guinness, at least from what I remember.
Okay.
Because I haven't gone back and rewatched.
Okay.
The original.
Oh,
okay. Look, I haven't liked Star Wars in a long time.
Yeah.
I liked. It got renamed to A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, and even Return of the Jedi.
Okay.
Right, which is like the weakest one of that trilogy.
Okay.
I like that trilogy. And then we got the prequels. I watched the first one and I was like, I'm done. I don't need this.
Right.
We got the sequels.
Yeah.
Which I watched all of them and I was like, all right.
Yeah.
Like I think I liked them.
Yeah.
And then the more I thought about it, I was like, I didn't really like him. I was just trying to trick myself.
Yeah.
I didn't really like him.
Yeah. And I think that's what so I did, and like I said, I enjoyed it too. I feel like there's a lot of things that we got that are very for like nostalgic reasons, right? Like and of course it's Obi-Wan. I mean, it takes time. It takes place right after what happened in episode 3, right? Yeah. And so there's these.
Well, a few years later at that point, because
it was like 10 years later.
Yeah,
yes, that's right. That's right. They did say 10 years later too, and it was after that. But a lot of it was very like we had the kids, right? We had Luke and Leia, and I like it was just for nostalgic reasons. It felt like I don't even know if it was in the first episode or baby Leia. Like they're showing Leia pretty early on, and she's really annoying. Like I guess I kind of like the story, right? Like of Obi-Wan, and then what he has to do with her is like eventually he's trying to save her because she got kidnapped, right? But she's really annoying, like and it's like they're adding a kid to the show to, I guess, to make it more family friendly or something, or I don't know what they're doing. But to me personally, the Leia as a character is really annoying. It's really annoying. I get it, but
that's because she's white, isn't it?
I didn't say that.
It really is. Because had she been but
Leia is not like originally. The original Leia is a white person too. Yeah. So.
But I'm saying like it's because she's a little white girl.
No, she's just annoying. Did you not find her annoying?
I know, I did it.
Oh my god, are you serious?
I did.
She's being so freaking annoying. She's just like one of those kids that like needs to run off whenever the fuck she wants to, and it's like
she's a kid.
Nobody's telling her anything. But
that's why people put their kids on leashes now. Am I wrong?
Well,
and I don't mind it either.
I used to mind it.
Why?
I don't know why. That's why I said I used to mind it.
You could walk your kid and you both pee on the fire hydrant.
I don't have kids personally, so I don't need to worry about that. But I found the character a little annoying, and I found like that they needed to add it for nostalgic reasons, but the whole series is that though.
I do think it didn't need to be Leia.
Yeah.
That's what kind of bugged me.
Yeah.
Because now there are no stakes to anything.
Yeah, because you already know what happens to
Yeah,
Leia.
you know Leia's gonna be fine.
That's a good point.
And it you know when she falls off the roof, for instance, you know she's gonna be fine. Like there's no stakes to any of it.
That's a good point.
And
yeah.
that's the biggest problem with prequels.
Yeah.
Because you're giving me characters that I know where they end up.
Yeah, exactly.
What are the stakes?
Yeah.
You know?
And I mean, you could say the same thing about Obi-Wan, though, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Because he goes on and lives a full life until he doesn't, you know?
Yeah. You're right.
Yeah.
I don't, there are no stakes to any of this.
Yeah, yeah.
If it was...
I personally thought that, you know how like in the beginning they introduced the group of like little baby Jedis, right?
Yeah.
Like maybe
that was a cool scene.
Yeah, it was a cool scene. It was a really interesting scene. You know, like we had a group of like 5 to 6 kids that were Jedi, right? And then they were running away they were all being killed off, right? I don't remember what the whole situation.
66.
Yeah, so they're all and I thought that the way that they were going, like and obviously the third sister is gonna be in relation to that group, but the way that I feel like that should have been a bigger focus is more of those Jedis instead of like having to throw in like Leia, right? Because so what happens with those kids that they end up running off? They're like, hey, the only thing we could do is run. All these Jedis are dying around them. They're being attacked by clones, and they take off running, right? And when we do get an introduction to one of them later on, they're being tracked down by the Inquisitors, which again, I thought that was really cool. The 3 Inquisitors showed up. They're all crazy badasses that are hunting down Jedis. Like, it was really interesting to me, and we got one of the Jedis that was probably part of that group. Can't say for sure. Yeah. And it could have led to more of just focus maybe on those Jedis, or maybe the Jedis in hiding, you know, as opposed to going to Leia.
Yeah, because if anything, it could have been entirely on that. We didn't need Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
Like I didn't need that story, you know, because again, it's you're taking me back into characters that I already know. Like I already know where they end up. I already know how Obi-Wan dies. I already know, you know, what that's gonna happen. And the only way you're gonna give me a good Obi-Wan story is if you give me a story of when he loses. Yeah. You know, maybe he doesn't lose his life, but like he loses badly. Yeah. But you can't, because now the characters you're surrounding him with are
characters that live. Yeah.
So I'm not getting anything new out of it.
Yeah, and that's why throwing in Leia is probably not the best thing.
So I do find the show entertaining. You know, don't get me wrong. I am definite. Like I'm feeling this show way more than Boba Fett. Holy shit.
Yeah. No, it's true. It's true. It's been 3 episodes, and I wanted to watch all 3 episodes. You know, like it wasn't like I didn't want to watch it.
Yeah, and I've highly enjoyed it. I like Ewan McGregor. The Inquisitors. Yeah. There's the one that's wearing a big bicycle helmet, which just makes me think of the white one. Yeah. Which just makes me think of Rick Moranis' character in Spaceballs. Oh, he's got that big Darth Vader helmet. Yeah. And I'm like, he's just got that version of a bicycle helmet on his head. But
I didn't see it that way, but I see what you're saying. Yeah.
But the more he talked, like. I know he's trying to sound evil, but all I could think about is him with his family during the holidays. Like, can you pass the mashed potatoes? You know, like, stop trying to give me an intimidating voice, bro. Like, you don't talk like that all the time.
Yeah. Why do these Inquisitors end up looking the way they're looking? Are they just because they're like different species? Is that why they are? Oh, okay. Well, because they said that the Inquisitors are Jedis. Yeah. Who have like turned like evil. Right, and that's why they know to hunt each other, how to hunt each other down is by that, right?
They're all force sensitive.
Yeah, well, that's how they know how to track Jedis. They know the mind of a Jedi, and that's why they're able to track them. I was just curious about like, because that guy was like a greenish color, the other guy was like a white-ish color with like red eyes or something like that.
They're cool though, but the black one, that's the one we have an issue with.
Yeah, and personally, I really liked Third Sister. I really liked the character. I thought, and I can see where you're right, because she kind of has a baby face too. So there's certain moments where it's like you can't take her seriously because of that. Looks like she's
throwing a tantrum.
Yes, more than a little bit. Menacing. Yes, yeah, exactly. I mean, they could have maybe given her something like, you know, they all have hats. I don't know.
No, I'm good.
I don't know. I personally like the character. You know why. But but I thought she was doing a really good job at, like, you know, especially as the episodes continued, at trying to be that. and I feel like it kind of suits the character too, right? Because she's they call her third sister, so it's almost like she's like trying to impress this group of people. On top of that, like she's trying to capture Obi-Wan, which is her main focus, right? Is trying to capture him so she could be second in command or whatever she's gonna be. You know, so I think. I can see where you can fall in and out of that character a little bit.
Yeah, because there's that scene where Obi-Wan and Leia escape, right? And they're flying off on the ship, and she's on the bottom just screaming, "I will find you!" And it's like, bro, they can't hear you, right? And it's like if you were whispering it to yourself, I think it would have been a little more acceptable.
Yeah.
Than you screaming it because now you clearly want them to hear you.
Because you're trying.
Yeah, and they can't hear you, right? Like the people that are below you can't hear you.
Yeah. The reason they end up Obi-Wan ends up getting involved with Leia is because she gets kidnapped from the family that she was. She took off. She was running. She was hiding in the forest. She got captured by
space pirates
that were hired by Reva, who is third sister, to be able to find Obi-Wan, right? So, and that's where we did get a different planet, right? Is that Cthulhu? Is that the name of that planet? I like Cthulhu, and I'm going to assume that's the name of the planet. But he's been going to visit Luke, and he's been going to visit Luke, and then he's still somehow in touch with Leia as well. So when she does get kidnapped, because she keeps running off into the forest, that's why they contact him only to go help her and find her, even though he's hiding, because he's gonna get killed as a Jedi. Leia's character.
I don't mind her. She's a sassy little kid.
Yeah,
I've met kids like that.
Yeah,
and I'm just like, oh, you little shit.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Oh, no, not you. You don't hit them. Got it. Episode 2, part 2. I like this city that they went to, Dayu.
That's what I got here.
So when Leia got captured, they took her to this other planet, and it was called Dayu. I think it's called the name of the planet, but it's very Tokyo-like. It's very like neo-futuristic, almost like lots of like neon lights.
It did make me think of cyberpunk.
Oh yeah, I could see that. People trying to sell spice, which
we know we're the spicy guys.
That's a really big the spice guys.
Spice guys.
That's a really big deal. I don't get it. Because they try to make it seem
people
like a drug.
Like food bland. Or the government, the empire wants you to have your rice bland.
But they try to make it seem like a drug. Like, oh, this will help you. Like that one random chick. Hey, this will help you relieve all your stresses.
Here's some pepper.
Yeah.
Here's some pepper, white person.
It was like, it was that. It was very that. Like, here you go. This is spice up your life. Like, I think that's a Spice Girls song. Just FYI. We get Haj. What the fuck?
What? Okay. You gotta spice up your life.
Yeah. Cool party. We got a copyright strike last time for that song, by the way. You let it play too long enough. So we get the introduction of Haja Estri. Do you remember who that is?
Yep.
Camille Nanjiani. How do you say his last name?
Nanjiani.
Yeah, we get him, and he's being a fake Jedi. What do you think about the character?
I like Camille.
Yeah.
Like I like Camille.
Yeah.
I'm in.
I felt like he kind of suffers from the same situation though that you say that
Reva?
Reva's character suffers from. Like,
you can't take him seriously.
You can't take him seriously, because he's portraying a funny character, and so you can't really take him that seriously when you know that he's being himself, like again in not just in the Eternals but now in the
because he is exactly the same.
And in everything I've seen him in, he's exactly the same, which is not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing.
He just plays Camille Nanjiani.
Yeah.
This is Camille Nanjiani in Eternals. This is Camille Nanjiani in Star Wars.
Yeah. And he's fun. It's a funny character,
but you're not going to get any range from him.
Yeah.
I'm getting what I expected.
You know what? It would have been cool to see some range from him, though. Even though he's being a fake Jedi, he could have maybe played it up a little bit more. Well, been more serious as a fake Jedi. I
don't think he's got the acting chops for it.
No, you think that's the extent
From
of it? He's just
everything
funny?
I've seen,
That's a good point.
Like he's just never shown any real range in anything.
Yeah.
Even in
Silicon Valley?
Yeah, Silicon Valley. I can
Yeah.
never remember the name of that show.
I like that show.
I do too.
Yeah.
But even when he was supposed to be upset, like he was still
Yeah.
Camille.
He's a really hot man, though.
He's a very good looking man.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I don't think he's got any range.
That's
you know,
true.
like nothing bad for him. Like
Yeah.
he plays the character well. You know, he's basically funny rock at this point. He's always Camille on Johnny. And when you see a Camille, you know what you're gonna get.
That's true. That's a good point. I guess I would want to see something different then, like from maybe that character, but
And you know what?
he's not
There's
that
still
person
time.
though. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So-
he automatically switched though too. Like he went from being like kind of a shisty character to then being a really helpful character.
Yeah.
So
Well, not really shy. I guess a little bit.
I mean, he
but
was taking
still
people's
helpful,
money.
But he was still helpful.
That's a good point.
He was
just in a different way, I guess.
Yeah, like he was conning. I guess like he says, I helped them. They're
Yeah.
just a little poorer.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point.
Which I mean, I get it. You know.
Yeah. Make people poor.
Yeah.
Got it.
Make people poor again.
Yeah. Oh my god.
But okay, so one of the gripes I have with this is that it's going to be a 6-episode series, right?
Okay.
I don't think that's enough time to tell the story that it looks like they're trying to tell.
I could see.
I feel like if you're going to give me a miniseries, 10 episodes, or because it already seems like they're trying to rush through things.
Yeah.
Like you could have already been fleshing out Reva a little more.
Yeah.
Like you're giving me her quote unquote story in maybe 15 minutes at this point.
Yeah.
Which is still better than Morbius.
Yeah. I really feel that she was part of that original group of the first Jedis that showed up. There was one specifically. I could be wrong, and I don't want to assume anything, but I feel like they're trying to imply that she was part of that original group that escaped while all the Jedis were being killed off. You know, because they even said at one point that they found her in the gutters, so that's why like she's not valued as much. It's just like, you know, we found you anyway. You know, it's not like you came and joined us or whatever. You know,
but they're at that point. Oh, and that's one other thing I wanted to ask. The family that Camille's character helps.
Yeah.
He mentions like with his abilities, they're gonna be coming for him. So is that kid a Jedi, or is he Force sensitive?
Oh,
Because they kind of
implied
yada that.
Oh, I don't even remember that, to be honest.
Yeah, I didn't catch it the first time. It was the second time around when
is that why they're trying to run away?
Yeah, where they're running away, and he goes with his abilities, they'll be coming after him. So
maybe it could be. Let's go back to Leia a little bit, because I think this is where
you hate the kid.
I do fucking hate the kid. I have shut the fuck up, child, because she wouldn't shut the fuck up. Like, it's like we're trying to be subtle and trying to hide, and she just got fucking kidnapped.
She's a kid,
and she just fucking got. How are you so okay with this child? Who are you today?
I don't know.
It's like all of a sudden, dad. No, but I'm just bitching about her because she's like, she wouldn't shut the fuck up. Like it kept. It's almost like with what's her name from fucking Arrow show.
Speedy
Black Hawk.
What?
From Black Hawk? No, Black Eye. Hawkeye. Okay. Like in Hawkeye.
Oh, what black guy?
I said Black Eye is what I said. I said Black
that's
Guy.
not what we heard.
No, I said Hawkeye eventually. Anyway, they were trying to hide that he was a Jedi and that she was Leia, and she kept fucking announcing it everywhere she fucking went. A lot. And again, it reminds me of Hawkeye because what's her name wouldn't shut up. What is her name? Kate Bishop would not shut up. Like, just be subtle, be chill, child. And I get it. She's a child.
She's a 10-year-old.
I can't expect any growth from this. I hate children. Apparently.
We've learned that.
Oh my god! Did you see the scene with the aquarium creatures? I was so scared.
I don't know what scene you're talking about, but that's hilarious.
Yeah, you gotta go back and see it. It's in episode 2. The rooftop chase. Do you remember the rooftop chase between?
Yes.
Because Leia decided to take off. Okay. I liked it. I liked that they were hunting down Obi-Wan at that point because they had realized that he was around. And it was a cool chase on like the rooftop because he was chasing Leia across different rooftops and stuff like that. And it was clear that it was going to be the moment where like he really proves to her that he's a Jedi. It was interesting. It was interesting from a certain perspective because there's two bounty hunters that were like hunting him down. But then it almost seemed like Reva was like on the trail too, but then she ended up like just in some completely random place, and it didn't make sense to me at the end. But there's a point where Leia,
she can teleport apparently.
Yeah, well I was gonna say because it seemed like she was on a rooftop, but then she ended up like in a different place where they ended up much later. Like it was so confusing. That scene to me was confusing because they were chasing. She was chasing them. So what happened?
Yeah, like not just that. After, no, that was. I think I'm confusing. I'm confusing scenes now with this episode 2 and episode 3.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think I'm jumping from episode 2 to episode 3.
Got it. I have another reason why I didn't like Leia.
Go for
it. Because she keeps telling Obi-Wan to be honest with her, and like this is you have to be honest because like people have to be able to trust you, and this is why I don't trust you because you can't be honest. He's like telling her the whole time, I'm a Jedi, I'm Obi-Wan, I'm here to save you, but she doesn't trust him.
He's Ben.
But okay, but eventually he knows. He tells her that he's Obi-Wan too, right?
I don't know.
And she doesn't believe him. So the only thing that lets her believe him is when she falls off a roof because she's running away. She's running away. She falls off a roof because she thinks she can make it across a rooftop, and she doesn't. And then he saves her with his, with his floating powers, whatever they're called.
The Force.
The Force. Is just the Force?
Yes.
What do you call that move?
The Force.
Okay, he saves her with the Force, and then like, oh my god. But she was telling him to make things float.
So you do make a good point there, because all right. So after that, then Leia seems to be very trusting of everyone else, and he's the one that's constantly like, you can't trust anybody.
Yeah,
and like that's definitely a little character conflict.
Yeah.
For the character, because she's very like, I don't trust you. Like how do I know you are who you are?
Yeah,
which makes sense because she just got kidnapped.
Yeah,
and she's just like, why should I trust you? Like I don't know who you are. I don't know you. You're telling me that my dad sent you to come and get me and to get in your van.
Yeah, and it makes sense. Yeah. That made sense.
But then afterwards, you do get her like, oh, what if he can help us? And he's like, you can't trust anybody.
Yeah.
And so it's a little conflicting.
Yeah,
there.
and then again, he's being honest with her. Like he's telling her, I'm a Jedi or a former Jedi. I'm doing this. I can do that. I have to take you back to your dad. But then she doesn't trust him the whole time during that situation, and until he uses the powers. And it's just like at that point where you've already gotten us caught. Like what do you want me to do at this point?
Well, I mean, if somebody came up to you and said, hey, I'm Jesus Christ,
I wouldn't trust that person
until you saw them walk on water.
I understand that. But then like you said, she's the whole time she's telling him to be honest, and he's being honest, like that's what was driving me crazy.
But
she's just annoying. That's what I'm going to stick to. Episode 3.
Sure.
We get the Vader transforming scene.
Yeah.
So we get Darth Vader in this series.
Yes.
Which again, cool.
Oh, James Earl Jones. Man, that voice.
Was that his voice again?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Okay. It's Darth Vader. Like you said, we know what happens to Darth Vader, and cool.
Yeah.
We also get, and this is why I think that we might get Liam Neeson in it again, is because Obi-Wan is trying to communicate with.
He's praying to the Force.
Jinn. Yes.
Qui-Gon.
Whatever. That guy. So I did put that we might get a cameo, from him, like talking through the Force. Force Ghost. Okay. They made it to a mining planet in this episode too, Mapazu. So that was cool. But I did feel like this episode was a bit boring for me. What did you think about this episode?
I get it. Like I didn't mind it as much, but I get it. I did not think that they could make the Obi-Wan, and I know I'm jumping way ahead, but the Obi-Wan versus Darth Vader fight any more boring.
Oh, okay.
But like, it was the same as it was in Force, was it A New Hope, or does he? Yeah, it is A New Hope, right? When he kills him, when Vader kills Obi-Wan.
Sure.
Spoilers.
Sure.
For this 50-year-old movie.
I don't remember.
It might have been I think it's that one. I don't think it was The Empire Strikes Back, but
where they fight.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And it's just an old man with a sword.
Yeah.
And this seemed very reminiscent of it. Like there wasn't a cool fight. You know.
Do you remember how like Obi-Wan dies in that movie? It was like he didn't even really die. It was so weird to me.
Oh, he disappeared.
He just disappeared. I was like, and then he was a ghost.
Yeah, he becomes part of the Force.
Yeah, it was just weird.
Like, strike me down, and I will be more powerful than you can.
How come Qui-Gon didn't do that?
Fuck if I know.
Oh, okay.
Because he wasn't as powerful with the Force.
Okay.
I don't know, man.
Okay. Yeah, it was a little underwhelming of a fight, like you said. It wasn't like super crazy. And this is I think why I think the interesting part of it was the whole Mole Man thing when they caught a ride from the Mole Man.
Frank.
Was that his name? Freck.
Freck
was his name. And again, she's really trusting of Mole Man, and everything. It was
the closest thing I could equate to that is just being stuck in rural America and getting picked up by a Trump supporter.
Oh my god. Because that's what he was. Well, he was supporting the clones.
The Empire, yeah.
Yeah, so and it didn't seem like that at first. Well, at least to me, it didn't seem like that. Like he was gonna. It just seemed like a person, or
well, I mean, he had the
he did have the emblem on it.
Yeah. Insignia was what I was gonna say, but yeah, emblem.
The pretty intense scene of when he accidentally said Leia instead of Luma, like at a certain point, was interesting. And then they were just like, okay, cool.
Yeah, they just played it off. But here's what I'm thinking. I'm like, a lot of this could have been solved with the Jedi mind trick.
Yeah, but he's not the same Jedi anymore.
But he has that power. Jedi, I mean,
I was gonna say
he has it in.
But he was barely able to save Leia
in A New Hope.
Oh,
as an old man who hasn't used the Force in years, apparently, because he goes, "These are not the drones you are looking for."
Yeah.
So I was like, couldn't he just Jedi mind trick his way out of a lot of these situations?
Yeah.
I mean, not against like the other Jedi, like the Inquisitors.
Yeah. Weren't the clones not able to be influenced by that, or am I confusing a character?
Because he tells them these are not the these are not the
drones that's
you're looking for.
Well, I don't remember.
Yeah, it's just I feel like a lot of it could have been solved with the Jedi mind trick, which is why they don't use it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because that's the resolution to everything, except for that one bug-looking thing in the original, the prequels. There was a flying bug. Oh, there was a flying bug that was like he was the builder of the pod things, the pod racers.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, I don't remember what that creature. That one, he wasn't able to be.
Yeah, I mean, they're mostly for weak-minded people.
Got it. Yeah. Was that his name? And he was like a little flying thing.
He was the voice. Like Cheech Marin was his voice.
Oh, maybe. I don't remember that much.
I watched that movie in like the 7th grade, and I thought this is crap.
Yeah. So like you mentioned, we got an Obi-Wan fight versus Darth Vader. There was somebody helping them through like the mining planet, who was pretending to be like part of the Empire.
Well, she was part of.
She was part of the Empire. You're right. Do you remember that character's name? Because I didn't even get her name.
I do not.
But she was a spy. She just realized that she wasn't for what they were doing, which is why she was helping.
Tala.
And that was the contact that Haja had.
Even though her real name sounds more Star Wars than anything.
What's her real name?
Indira Varma.
Oh, yeah. She was in Game of Thrones, right?
Yeah, she was.
Yeah.
She was Pedro Pascal's sister.
Oh, yeah.
She's so pretty.
She is. Yeah. But, Empire Lady wanted to go. I see, and I didn't have much notes about this episode. Like.
So, one of the things I mentioned, like that third sister could teleport.
Yeah.
She finds that secret entrance, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so they're in a tunnel.
Oh.
And this tunnel looks like it has an entrance point and an exit point, right?
Yeah.
Like just one entrance and one exit.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Okay, so we have Leia and Tala. Tala, right?
Yes.
Tala running through this through this tunnel.
Right.
And Leia's like, go help him. Like I can make it through on my own.
Right.
Because
right.
you know it's one tunnel. Like there's one way you could go.
Right.
Third sister finds the entrance to this tunnel. Right.
Yeah.
So now you have Tala running back towards the entrance of that tunnel.
Yep.
With third sister at the entrance.
Right.
And Leia running towards the exit of the tunnel.
Right.
Tala gets out of that tunnel.
Yeah.
And third sister goes from the entrance to the exit, which now she knows where the exit is.
Yeah.
And kills that pilot and retakes Leia.
Right. And that's where Leia was caught.
Yeah, and I'm like how the fuck did you get there? Wait, what?
Plot hole.
and then another thing. So you have Vader who drags Obi-Wan through the fire.
Yeah.
Right. Barely any burns.
Right.
Like
right.
He
yeah.
Straight up just dragging him through fire.
Yes.
And it doesn't look that bad.
It really doesn't. It looked like it was going to be worse than what it actually was.
Yeah, okay.
You know?
And then he blows out the fire, right? He uses the force to blow out the fire. He's like, go get him.
Yeah.
And then Tala shoots down that
Snipers,
thing. The stormtrooper.
Yeah.
And then she starts another fire, right?
Yeah.
And the droid comes in and takes Obi-Wan. And Vader just watches. And I'm like, bro, you just put out that fire. I just saw you do it 15 seconds ago.
Yeah.
You could easily put it out again.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you feel like we needed Vader in this too?
I like Vader, but I don't feel like we needed Obi-Wan in this.
We don't need Obi-Wan.
We don't need these characters that we know where they end up.
And that said, I really like Obi-Wan. You know,
I do too.
I was really surprised. You know, like I was really surprised that I liked the Obi-Wan character. Again, so maybe the story should have been more focused around those like that little primary group of Jedis that you know that they were trying to focus on, or that they hunted in the beginning. Like it could have been a bigger story about that. And who knows? We'll see where it goes. But it's just like they killed off one of them. His name was Neri or something like that, or Nari.
Sure.
In like the second episode, because you remember they left them hanging.
Yeah.
Because they were hunting Jedi. They found that Jedi and hunted them down. He tried to get help from Obi-Wan, which I thought was a really good part of the story. Like Obi-Wan's like, no, like don't be here. Like, go, I'm not who you think I am, because he's still trying to hide his own identity. And he's like, you're clearly in danger. Why are you trying to talk to me like this, you know? Which was weird that guy just showed up with him one day too. But I like that story. I like that story of like the possibility of just other Jedi existing and him denying the fact that he's a Jedi and kind of building more on that, you know? Like him realizing he's wrong through that would have been great, you know? And things like that. And again, the things that we got, I feel like they're not bad, but we may not need them. It's not maybe necessarily what I would want. I would just want a whole different story, is what I'm saying.
I get you.
Now, hey, Leia.
The Inquisitor with the
hat?
helmet.
The helmet, yeah.
He's fifth brother.
Yes.
I just saw that. I had no idea they either had names.
And they're all like, the three Inquisitors, the three Inquisitors, the original three Inquisitors, were third sister, fifth brother, and I don't remember. His name was like Veer.
Mike.
His name was Vect. I think, yeah, Vect. He's the main leader of the Inquisitors, right? He ends up getting killed off.
Oh yeah.
By third sister, by Reva, right?
Yep.
She kills him because her goal is to get Obi-Wan to then give Obi-Wan to Vader, to then be by Vader's side for her own benefit, right? But they're all trying to do that. So they're all trying to be like Vader's like primary or whatever, you know, like they consider themselves. And so they're all like just fighting amongst each other too. And then they introduced another Inquisitor, like the another female Inquisitor, but they didn't mention her name. But it was clear that they introduced her because they were going to kill off Vect pretty instantly. So that was interesting of a story too, you know, that's why she wants Obi-Wan. I didn't really get at first why Obi-Wan was so important, you know.
Fourth sister.
That was fourth sister?
Yes.
Oh. They introduced her just because like they were gonna kill off Vect.
Apparently O'Shea Jackson is in this too.
Who?
O'Shea Jackson.
Oh shit, Jackson?
He's Ice Cube's son.
Oh, okay. How do you spell that name?
O'Shea?
O'Shea, like O-S-H-E-A?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
O apostrophe S-H-E-A.
Okay.
Yeah, but it has a question mark under what character he's playing.
Oh, maybe because it's not out yet.
Maybe
Oh,
because Maya Erskine is in this too, and she also has a question mark.
it's a surprise.
Yeah, I mean, I am enjoying the show. I didn't think I would, especially with like that bad taste that Boba Fett left in my mouth.
Yeah, nice.
It's I don't know, man. Like,
Yeah,
I do feel the stories. It could have been a little different
yeah,
from what they're doing,
yeah,
but I mean, I'm enjoying it. I'm here for it.
yeah.
I'm gonna watch.
Yeah, it's weird because we're like not completely happy with the story, but you still want to see more. And I think that it has to do with the direction, like the vibe, the fact that you're visiting different planets. For me, at least. And I feel just in general, like I feel like it's very well made, even though it could be a little bit of a different story. You know. So.
Yeah, like even the story they're giving us, I'm enjoying.
Yeah, it's
like,
not terrible. I hate it. Yeah.
So tell me, like, how do you feel about Leia?
Cause she just get kidnapped and then never found. No, but I mean, yeah.
Well, I mean, at some point she's gonna get kidnapped because
she already got kidnapped this time at the end of this episode again.
Yeah, because she sends that message to Obi-Wan in.
Oh my god, that's just like what her life is about, just getting kidnapped.
Save me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're my only hope. So Jaime,
Hi.
tell us.
No.
Who's that Pokemon?
First of all, my name is Professor Jaime. I got a hat. I love this hat.
You got a hat.
Yes. It's just to add to my pokiness. So that sounded really weird. So this week, I'm back as Professor Jaime. It's been 2 weeks.
Yeah, you took a little vacation there.
Yeah.
We missed you.
I was going through a moment. I had to find myself.
You had to catch yourself?
I had to catch myself. I got a Pokeball. This Pokeball really sucks, and I told you why already before, but I want to show the audience. So, it's really.
No, this is great for audio, though.
What does that mean?
Nothing.
Oh, guys, if you want to see the Pokeball, it'll be on Instagram, bitch. The design of the Pokeball could almost be perfect if it was centered, but it's not. This is from PokemonCenter.com, and it's so cool, but it's not because it's not perfect. But this week, I'm gonna do this a little bit different now, just because I was
spice things up.
Yeah, I was kind of I kind of hit a wall with Pokemon. You know, it's getting a little sad. So what I did is I did a randomizer.
Okay.
I just told it to tell me a Pokemon, and then that Pokemon I went with. And so this week's Pokemon is Grimer. Oh wow, you did that really fast. So Grimer and Alolan Grimer. So that's why there was two of them. I don't know if you saw.
Yes.
The green one and then the purple one. So Grimer and Alolan Grimer. So they are National Pokedex number 88. They are both known as the Sludge Pokemon, and Grimer is a Poison type, but the Alolan Grimer is a Dual type, which is Poison and Dark type for that one. Yeah. I appreciate you so much. All right, so about the original Grimer, in Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee, the games, it says, made of congealed sludge. It smells too putrid to touch. Even weeds don't grow in its path. Because it's gross.
Okay.
It's very sludgy, as you saw. In Pokemon Crystal, when two of these Pokemon bodies are combined together, new poisons are created.
I've been really trying.
I learned a lot about Grimer. I was really excited to learn about Grimer. In Pokemon Sapphire, Grimer emerged from the sludge that settled on a polluted seabed. The Pokemon loves anything filthy. It constantly... I thought you would relate. It constantly leaks a horrible germ-infested fluid from all over its body.
I think they have pills for that.
So I've heard. You should get that checked, yeah. In Pokemon Omega Ruby, Grimer's sludgy and rubbery body can be forced through any opening, however small it may be.
Same.
This Pokemon enters sewer pipes to drink filthy wastewater.
Same.
In Pokemon Sun, its main source of food is the slimy industrial waste of factories. This Pokemon's numbers have been decreasing in recent years. So Pokemon Sun and Moon are obviously a bit later in the generation. They are yeah. So that's why. So at first it's just like it was very obvious that this Pokemon was thriving, and then as you get into Pokemon Sun and Moon, it's like the next Pokedex. And so in Pokemon Moon, it was born from the sludge transformed by exposure to X-rays from the moon, which was so random. When its internal load of germs decreases, it dies. It gets really morbid. And then lastly, in Pokemon Ultra Moon, about regular Grimer, the wastewater coming from factories is clean these days. So Grimer have nothing to eat. They're said to be on the verge of extinction. So it changes up. Like it was very thriving, and then it just starts dying in Pokemon Sun and Moon.
It's like, how dare people start being more conscious about the environment?
About the environment. Which is a good thing, I guess.
These environmentalists are killing Grimers.
Yes. And then about Alolan Grimer in Pokemon Sun, a Grimer which had been brought in to solve a problem with garbage.
Developed a gay dating site?
Yes. No. I don't know what you're talking about. How do you know about this?
I've heard.
Got it.
Yeah. Grimer.
Nothing. Okay. A Grimer, which about Alolan Grimer, which was the green one that you saw earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember. You remember, right?
I remember.
Got it. Okay, so a Grimer which had been brought in to solve a problem with garbage developed over time into this form. So that's the Alolan one. In Pokemon Moon, the crystals on Grimer's body are lumps of toxins. If one falls off, lethal poisons leak out. Again, get that checked.
Wow.
It's a good idea. So that's, you see that little lump of tooth that it has? It's its tooth. It falls out. So moving on to its evolution, which is Muck. It's National Pokedex number 89. It's also the sludge Pokemon. Muck is poison type, but the Alolan Muck is poison and dark type. And both of them evolved from Grimers at level 38. And these are Mucks for you because I know you don't know what they look like. I like that one. It's very gay.
Very.
Yes.
That's very Grimery.
Very Grimery gay. In Pokemon Red and Blue, about Muck, thickly covered with a filthy, vile sludge. It is so toxic, even its footprints contain poison. In Pokemon Silver, its body is made of powerful poisons. Touching it accidentally will cause a fever that requires bed rest.
Same.
Get that checked. In Pokemon Sapphire, the Pokemon's favorite food is anything that is repugnantly filthy. In dirty towns where people think nothing of throwing away litter on the streets, Muck are certain to gather. See, and this is what I'm saying, like, Pokemon Sapphire is generation 3 of the game. And the more you kind of get into the later generations, it's like it's not thriving anymore. So in that one it was, in this one it wasn't. In Pokemon Sun, the stench it gives off will make your nose scrunch up. Still, there are Muck fans who think that's a good thing. In Pokemon Moon, after recent environmental improvements, this Pokemon is now hardly seen at all. People speculate that it may go extinct at some point. Sun and Moon, again, being much later. And then about Alolan Muck. Alolan Muck, which was like the rainbow one with the crystals.
The other one?
The other one, the colorful one, the gay one. In Pokemon Ultra Moon, what looks like fangs and claws are actually crystallized poison that will afflict you at a mere touch. So don't get too close. It's very you. Pokemon Moon, while it is unexpectedly quiet, while it's unexpectedly quiet and is that quiet? No, that's quiet. What the fuck? Quiet and friendly.
See, it's not so easy, is it?
If it is not fed any trash for a while, it will smash its trainers' furnishings and eat up the fragments. Yeah. In Pokemon Let's Go Eevee, Muck's coloration becomes increasingly vivid the more it feasts on its favorite dish, trash.
Same.
Interesting fact about Muck. There's a Pokemon named Ekans. Ekans spelled backward. The snake. I've heard this. What about Arbok? You heard. Oh, so you know all of this.
Yes.
What is Muck spelled backwards, Jose?
The K-U-M?
Yes. It is K-U-M. But that's it. That is Grimer and Muck for you in Jaime's Pokedex. Yeah. Thank Thank you.
All right.
Bad Pokeball.
Learned so much, Professor.
You're very welcome. That's what I'm here
That
for.
sounded like the audio to a bad porno.
That's the after show. OnlyFans. Stop. Oh my god. But yeah, so who knows what Pokemon will be next? Again, it's gonna be randomized, and I'm just gonna see what naturally happens from that. Hopefully, it's something funny. Hopefully, something interesting. But I like doing this one. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I was well prepared too, except not with the English.
You did a great job.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I learned so much.
Forgot everything already.
I learned I need to sign up for Grimer. All right. That's our show.
Yes,
Next
it is.
week we have Miss Marvel.
Yes.
Finally.
Yep. The
after,
fourth.
After so long.
Yes, we've been waiting, and I'm so excited. I'll be back to record that episode. I promise.
Sure you will.
It's on a Sunday, so I'll be back.
We have Miss Marvel,
Yep.
and we have more Obi-Wan,
Yes, the fourth episode.
which
Right?
thankfully it's not a drag.
Oh yeah, the show.
Yeah.
It's not bad. Sorry, I was thinking drag queens.
What? Wow.
Adolfo can relate. He probably thought the same thing too. It's because they say that don't be a
see,
drag.
he knows words mean things.
He's gayer than I am.
All right, so that's our show. Do you have anything else to add?
No, I'm good.
All right, thank you, Adolfo, and have a week.
Bye.